Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we sift through the corporate jargon, so you don't have to. Today we are diving into a filing from Vanguard Charlotte Funds, and I'm already bracing myself for a financial alphabet soup. This report gives us a peek into the performance and holdings of the Vanguard Global Credit Bond Fund, specifically looking at the 6 months that ended in April of 2025. We will check out how the fund is doing, what it costs to invest, and where exactly your money is going. Before we jump in, if you like clear and simple explanations, make sure you are subscribed and come join our community on Discord. The link is below. First, let's set the stage. This isn't your typical company report, it's a shareholder report for a fund that invests in bonds, meaning it lends money to different organizations and governments all over the world. The report covers 2 share classes, like different ticket classes on an airplane, investor shares and admiral shares that have the ticker listed next to them. One of the first things people usually want to know is, how much does this thing cost me? Fortunately, the report addresses this directly. The share class costs are based on a hypothetical investment of $10,000. For the investor shares, the costs are about 18,035%. But remember, these are annualized, meaning they show a whole year's worth of costs, even though the report only covers 6 months. The costs are just a small part of the story. In fact, the costs are just a side note, a summary of the fund's structure, along with other public services that Vanguard provides, are only for informational purposes for the most part. It's more important to see where that money is going. The numbers we mentioned aren't as important as what is in the portfolio. It seems like the rest of the page is only there because it has to be there. The main story lies within the financial documents. Now, we are getting to the good stuff numbers. What are they invested in? What does it mean? What should you as a shareholder worry about? It's tough to say off the bat since this is such a heavy load on your part. So this fund has a large amount invested in US government and agency obligations, around 13.9% of its assets. What does that mean? Well, Uncle Sam is likely to pay you back. These include US Treasury notes, CANs with coupons ranging from 0 festic.25% to 4.750%. A coupon is the interest printed on a bond fixed income. Next, we see a ton of corporate bonds. There's just so many. Let's pick a country. Let's go with Australia. We see a few names like Alumina and Horizon Finance. This section indicates an investment of over 5% of our share of the fund. These are in transport, finance and gas type businesses. The bond coupons for these bonds are in the range of 1.8699%. How about Austria? It just has one name, but it appears 3 times Raiffeisen Bank International AG, with the yields ranging about 1.34-0.625% and with their terms ending late 2020s, early 2030s. Belgium, on the other hand, has Anheuser-Busch showing up all over the place. It doesn't stop there. Anheuser-Busch InBev or Worldwide also show up for good measure. AB InBev is rated as a fairly meh company right now. Not bad, but nothing to brag about at all. The bonds here are rated at 2.749% yields. Let's break this filing down. We see that Vanguard Charlotte Funds has a global fixed income portfolio. They invest in different geographic regions and in corporations to try to get a reasonable rate of return. They don't seem to have any major concentration in either sector or market. Speaking of the fund's inner workings, there has been a recent vote on who is going to manage this train. It looks like they picked a set of individuals to be trustees to provide oversight over the assets, so it is not just the advisor on their own wheel. One thing worth pointing out that is usually hidden or not commonly known is that Vanguard is mutually owned, meaning that the funds themselves own Vanguard. Because of this unique structure, Vanguard does not conduct a profitability analysis, as mentioned later on. Warren Buffett would be all over that. Finally, everything seems in order. The financial team checked their homework or internal controls, which they said were effective and didn't change at all, but there were no changes that may affect or is reasonably likely to materially affect the internal controls. Finally, we reach a signature section. This area ensures that the executives behind the company sign off on the details and numbers that are reported to make them accountable. Now, what can we take away from the report? As always, the summary that Vanguard is mandated to do isn't the whole story. That's just there to make shareholders feel like the company is transparent, when in reality it's the bare minimum from a company. Digging beyond, we find that the Vanguard Global Credit Bond Funds is what it says on the tin. Some from their holdings, it appears the largest investment sectors seem to be government bonds and the financial sector. However, one thing that isn't very apparent to the shareholder or casual observer is that the overall fixed income investments seem to be more mera and not super amazing. It's just that their reach is global. Alright, that's our breakdown of Vanguard's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.